Hello crafters! Tonight we're going to be making a gift box and we're going to be using the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper and the Love You Always foils. Now the Love You Always foils is retired, but I didn't have a 12 by 12 inch cardstock to use, so that's why we're using the foil tonight. And then we're going to be adorning the box using the Flowering Tulips stamp set and the tulip dies. And we're going to use the Stitch So Sweetly dies as well. Hi, I'm Joan Heberlein and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I created this video for Joan Simple Paper Crafts found right here on YouTube. If you're new here, I want to thank you for stopping by. And if you're a returning guest, welcome back. Be sure to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button below. That way you won't miss when I post a video, which is typically once a week. Now give me a few seconds to turn the camera down so we can get started. Here's the box we're going to make today. I got a comment from Christelle from Belgium, and she asked for me to give the dimensions in centimeters. So I'm going to try and do that today, and I'll try to put it in the comments below as well. Thank you for Christelle for pointing that out. And also, I got this idea from Sam Hammond Donald, a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from the UK. And thank you, Sam, for this box idea. The box is a 6 by 6 inch by 3 inch box, or that would be 15.2 centimeters by 15.2 centimeters by 7.6 centimeters. And the top part is the Flowering Fields Designer Series paper, and this bottom part is that retired paper. So I'm not even going to give you the name on that because you can't find it now. But I could see putting like a Rich Razzleberry or the Blackberry Bliss in the cardstock down here at the bottom. That would work really well with this. And then the ribbon is also retired because it is this ribbon here. It was in one of our Christmas catalogs. And I colored it with the Blackberry Bliss marker. Actually, it was the ink from the Blackberry Bliss. But I found out that it doesn't accept the ink very well. So it's still leaving ink on my fingers yet. And I colored this ribbon yesterday. So we're going to try a different ribbon. And that ribbon is this purple. So the purple is actually a gorgeous grape. And I want to turn it into the Blackberry Bliss. So let's do that first because it takes for a little time for it to dry. And I've got quite a bit of it already done already. So this part is done. So let me find the grape part. So then we can just do this next strip and we'll set that aside to get it to dry. And what I used was one of these brushes. But I also want to show you how to use it with this dauber. So you just want to come in and get some ink on the dauber and then just go up and down the ribbon. And I'm just going to keep going back into the ink pad. Okay, that's one way to do it. And I won't show you this because it's a similar technique, but then I'm going to show you how to do it with the marker. I'm just going to take this broad tip and I'm just going to turn this over, and you want to lay it down and go along the long width of the brush. And I think this works best, but it's hard on the marker. And get it up to this point. So now we're back to where we had left off. So I'm going to flip this back over again because I think it works best using this marker. And then we're just going to set this aside to let it dry. And let me just close this up for right now. And I'm going to go rinse this off. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So next what we want to do is we want to put together these flower pieces. And these are tulips. and it's just the blossom heads. And I'm going to just put this aside for right now. And we're going to use these dies, and I've got them already cut out. So what I did is I cut out these pieces here, and then I cut out 2 extra pieces of this smaller one here. And then the next one is these 2 pieces. And then the next one, like the tiniest bud, is these 2 pieces. And then I have an extra piece here in case I mess up somewhere along the line. So I'm just going to move this out of the way as well. And we're going to bring in our Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to color this. And we want to color around the top of the heads of the buds, blossoms, and maybe around the bottom too. I'm going to do it on the right side. I'm more right-handed than I am left-handed. And I'm just going to start off the mat and come on to the flower head. Now you probably can't see this, but I am just darkening it with the Blackberry Bliss. And the cardstock I have is actually, I think, the Rich Razzleberry for the cardstock. So this is the same color hues, but in a darker tone. And I'm just going to speed this up. And let me just go over these flowers first before I do that. This is very similar. I just want to go over the tips. And probably do a little bit around the bottom. And then this I'm just going, and you can tell on here there's indents on that, where this is just all solid. So you flip it over this way, and you can see there's a score line right here, and a score line right here, and then there's like bumps in that. So this is going to be the side that I'm going to color primarily. I will flip it over because there's going to be some spots where you will see that inner side, and I want to get that done as well. And then I'm going to do the same thing on the other flower heads. And we'll speed the camera up now. So then I'm going to take this piece here, which was cut out using the Stitch So Sweetly dies, and we use this piece right here to cut it out. So I am going to just color around the edges of that card. And then I'm going to stamp it with the Happy Birthday from Flowering Tulips stamp set. This No One Deserves a Happier Birthday Than You. That turned out pretty good. And I'm going to go clean this up. I'm going to wash the brushes out. Just going to run it under water. And then I'll clean the stamp off as well. So I rinsed out this brush, and that's how clean I can get it. And I know it's clean because there's no coloring coming off on it. So that's good. It's just stained now. What we want to do next is put these flowers together. So I am going to start folding with using the bone folder to kind of break up the fibers. Then we want them to kind of curl inward. Remember I showed you the side that had the markings on it? We're doing the other side, so you can see the markings right here, so I'm curling underneath. I'll do that on all of these right now real quick. And I'll speed this up again. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to take our glue dots and we're going to put them on the backing of these cards. So I'm going to use these little tulips and just put it on the bottom portion there, like on the very bottom. So I colored this top part, and that's how I know where the bottom is. Ooh, don't want to do it that way. And then we want to do the same thing for this. And I'm going to do it on all three spots on the inside of the card. So this is the side that have the edges on it. So I'm going to do it on this one here on the inside, on the bottom part of the inside. And we'll do it on the center one in the bottom part. And that just pulled off. So let's try another one. See if I can't get it to come off. There we go. And this little tiny one right here. Okay, and I am just gonna tear this so I don't have as much flapping around. I've got these score marks here, so I'm going to just fold those inward. On this one too. And then I'm going to take this piece here and I'm going to put it on that glue dot. So I've got glue dot on glue dot, but that's okay. That just gives it a little more height. And then I'm going to fold in this larger panel, having the glue dot touch at the bottom. And then the smaller panel comes next. And I think I did the glue dots on the wrong side of these. I always forget. Yeah, I need to flip them around. Hopefully I can still do that. Well, I'm not even going to worry about it because we'll use that to attach it to the card. So I'm going to put the glue dot on the right side of this piece. So here's those ridgings, and I want to put it behind here to give it like another petal. So right there. And then we'll do another glue dot on this one because I've got it on the wrong side. But no worries there because we can use the glue dot when we attach it to the card. So we want to put that on the right side. And we want to have another one. Yeah, we're going to do third petal right here. And since I put those other glue dots on, I don't need to attach it. It's stuck to those other glue dots right here. And so that's going to go on our card right here. And I am just going to wait on that. Since I've already covered up the glue dots, we'll just set that on there. So the next card is this one here. And so there's a score line right here. And I'm just going to fold that over on that score line. And then we're going to go ahead and put glue dots on here. So we want to put a glue dot on the inside of the card here and in here. So there's two glue dots going on that inside base. trying to get it stuck to my fingers. So the other glue dot is supposed to go right about here. You know what? I am going to use my Take Your Pick tool. That's what I used on the other card to do that small spot there. Because it's a little narrower than the other ones. So then I can just roll this up a little bit. And all that does is give me a little more dimension there. So I'm okay with that. And then we need one of these, and we're going to put a glue dot on, I need to decide, we're going to put it on the back side of this one. So we're going to set it down here, and we might move that around a little bit before we actually press it down. Then we're going to put this back on here. I'm going to fold that one there and then attach this at the corner here. I'm going to see if I can't pull this up a little bit now. Okay, so that is another one, and that is going to go on this side of the card. And then we have that tiny flower bud. And we're going to put a dimensional on this side at the base. And let's see. I need to find out which is the base. So here's the layout. This is the top part of the card where the ridges are. And so when you fold it over this way, so I'm going to take it, I'm going to turn it upside down. Because to me this is upside down, but that's not upside down. This is how it should be. So I'm going to turn it this way and fold this one in. That's a score line there, and then there's a score line on this side, and that is your flower piece down here. And we're going to put glue dots down here and in here. And I'm going to use your Take Your Pick tool again and roll it up for that skinnier side. And I just flip that away, so let's see if I can't get it. There we go. So that's where my glue dot's going to be. It's a little bit high. I want it a little bit closer to the bottom, but that's okay. And then the other glue dot is going to go down at the bottom, right here. And then we need one more glue dot. And I'm going to put it on the bottom side of the back. So this is where the ridges are, so this is the back. Okay. So I'm going to just set it in here. And then we're going to put this glue, press the glue dot down there, and then we're going to press this over. And that is our tulip bun. Now, I want to have this stick a little bit better, so I'm going to put a little bit of glue on there. It's just a little bit, tiny bit of glue. And I want to make sure that this is not quite tucked down quite so much. So actually I can even put it up that way. Okay. And that's going to go right down here. And I'll put those on with glue dots as well. And we have an extra tulip petal, but we don't need it. So I'm just going to put that aside. So here's our tulip. So I'm just going to, I gotta think where I'm going to put the glue dots on. So I'm going to put 2 glue dots on the bottom of this petal here. So I've got 2 glue dots there, and those are just going to stick right there. And then this one, just want to raise this up a little bit. I could have used a little more curve on this petal here. See if I can't get it this way. Yeah, that's a little bit better. And so the glue dot is going to go up on this portion here, and I'm going to put 2 up there too. So let's get that done. Now I flipped it around, make sure we got it the right way. Okay, and I got it stuck to my finger. That's why I'm struggling. Okay, so we want it down here underneath the happier portion. So that's where it's at now. And then this flower bud we want to set over here. So let's put the glue dot up at this top portion again. I can barely see the glue dots on this page. That's why it takes me so long to get them off there. Okay. There. And then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this. We'll just need 2 dimensionals, and we're going to use the large ones. And I'm not going to take the paper backings off just yet. We'll wait until we put it on the box. So let's get that box put together. So we need this scoring mat. And for the foil piece, we're going to score it at 3 inches and at 9 inches. Or that would be 7.6 centimeters and 23 centimeters. The scoring tool comes with the stylus, and it's kept right here in the tool. I'll try to bring it in. It's kept right here in the tool. So that's really nice. You don't lose that. And then you have these 2 pins here that are movable, and I have them set at the 3-inch and the 9-inch to aid in finding those spots. Now you won't be able to see all of this, but I am going to start it at the 3-inch and I'll go down all the way. And I'm going to use the roundest ball because the smaller one kind of digs in too far. And I got to make sure this foil is all the way in the corner, and it is. Then we're going to do the 9-inch. I don't know if that's on the camera. And I'm just going to turn it and do the same thing. And then for the 9-inch piece of paper, or the 23 centimeter piece of paper, we want to score it at 1.5 inches or at 3.8 centimeters. And when you score it, you want to have it not quite so into the corner. So I'm pulling it back just a hair. So I'm going to score it at 1.5 inches, and now I flipped it over to use the smaller ball for the stylus, and I'm just going all the way down. And I'm just going to turn it and do that on the other 3 sides. hopefully I am moving it just out here from the edge. Hope I remembered to do that on that last one. And one more, and just a hair from the edge. Okay, so we're done with this, so I'm going to take it and put it back. Now what we need to do is score it. So we're going to just fold it at that 1.5 mark. And I'm just going to lightly fold it, and we'll come back with that scoring tool. So let's just get a nice crisp edge on here. So then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut it along that crease in the corner, right up to where all they intersect, up to that point. And then we're going to take a diagonal cut to that point as well. And then we're going to cut it to the outer corner. I'm going to repeat that on all 3 other corners, and we'll speed that up. Then we're going to take the score lines on the foil sheet, and we're going to fold it along those score lines again. Now for this scoring, I am going to fold it down and score it this way. So I'm scoring the main portion of the box because I don't want to put any scratch marks on it. And then you got to lightly score it here, trying to get the corner, not so much the rest of the box. And then we just do the next side. And I think we've already scored that side, so that's what we got here. And now we're going to cut the corners. So we'll do one, and then I'm going to speed it up for the other 3 corners. So we'll go along the fold line up to where they intersect. Then we do a diagonal cut starting at about half an inch and take it to that point and do the same thing on the other side. And now I'll speed it up. So next we want to take our tear and tape, and we're going to put it down on this side of the card. We'll put it here and here on all 4 corners. And we'll speed this one up too. And we'll do it on the smaller one as well, the designer series paper. And I'm using my scissors because I don't have the strength in my fingers to tear it easily. So I'm going to just use the scissors and cut it. Now we're speeding it up. Okay, so now we're going to fold this. And let me first take off the tape, and I'll do it on this and speed it up for the other sides. Okay, so now we have all the pieces, I think, for our box. So what we want to do first is fold this side up. So we got the 3-inch side up, and we're going to match the seam here, the corners, right there. And then just rub that in there. And then it just falls right into place. Here's the next corner. The next corner. And our final corner. And I'm just going to do my bone folder just to make sure that those are all down on the inside. Then we need to do the top the same way. And we already pulled the tape off from this, so just match the corners, all 4 corners. Now we made this just a sliver bigger than the bottom, so it should slide on pretty close to being tight, but it should slide on. And then it shouldn't buckle at the sides like it's too tight or anything like that. So we'll see how well we did in our cutting. Okay, so imagine you put your tissue paper in here and your gift. And then you just put the top on. Perfect. It's kind of snug, but it's not too snug. So then we're going to take our ribbon. Remember, we've got that ribbon we dyed. And it looks like it's dry now. Yeah, it's dry. So we're just going to put it around the center of the box. And I have these little tweezers here that have a hinge on them, so I can get a tight bow here without too much trouble. Okay, so I am going to just snip this here. I'm going to change the angle of this, put an angle on it, I guess. And we'll take these snips off. And then I'm just going to pull it tighter. There, that's pretty good. And then raising it up just a hair, because we want to put our sentiment on the front of the card. And I'm just going to pull the dimensionals off the back and then run it down the center of the box. And that coloring is the perfect color for the bow. I'm glad I found the ribbon that I had there. And I don't have room for the other box on here, so we'll just have the one box tonight. I hope you liked this project as much as I did. As you can see, it would work great with just about any sentiment stamp set. How about Happy Easter, or Happy Mother's Day, Happy Birthday, or maybe just because you're special.
why don't you give it a try? Now, if you enjoyed today's video, would you do me 2 favors? Click the thumbs up emoji. That means you like it. And would you share it on social media with your crafting friends and pin it to Pinterest? These actions will help me to keep sharing my ideas with other crafters for free, and I'd really appreciate that. Be sure to hit the subscribe button below so you won't miss any future videos. If you have any questions, be sure to contact me. I'm here to help in any way that I can. If you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Just reach out to me. If you'd like to place a Stampin' Up! Order or would like a catalog, hop over to my website where you'll find the Shop Now button. To shop with me, you'll need to go to joanheberlein.stampinup.net. Bear with me a little bit longer because I want to let you know of the promotions going on right now.
The All Together collection includes early release products from the 2022 to 2023 annual catalog. It's an exciting new range of natural Stampin' blends and exclusive products that you can't get anywhere else. The All Together collection includes the Here Together bundle, which is the Here Together stamp set and the Here For You dies. It also includes the Natural Tones Stampin' Blends collection, which is 10 individual Stampin' blends, all in natural tones. It also includes the All Together 6x6-inch designer series paper. Create projects inspired by you with the All Together designer series paper. This black and white paper features bold graphic designs that will complement any project. The following exclusive products are only available while supplies last: the Here For You dies, the Here Together bundle, and the All Together collection. Promotion ends May 2nd, 2022. Discover the depths of the ocean and your artistic abilities with the Waves of the Ocean collection. This coastal collection includes an inspiring set of stamps and detailed dies, both early release products from the upcoming 2022-2023 annual catalog, plus a pack of paper made from the images of hand-poured paint, blue-hued foil sheets for a sea of shine, and radiant rhinestones for a splash of sparkle. Each an exclusive product you can only purchase during the promotion period. Promotion ends May 2nd, 2022. The 2021-2022 annual catalog will be retiring soon, but we're looking forward to all the new products on their way. Stock up on your favorite products before they're gone for good. Save up to 50% on essential supplies. What are you waiting for? Start shopping. After all, this selection of the last chance products is available only while supplies last. See the link in the comment section below for the retirement list.
Mark your calendars. I'll be back in a week and a half on Wednesday, April 13th at 7 p.m. We'll be making a Mother's Day card. I hope you'll be here to join me. Thanks so much for being here with me tonight, and I look forward to next time. Bye for now, and don't forget to subscribe.